Evening, folks.
Hey, y'all.
It's Zebadiah and Lulubelle again.
Just shouting out here from the Commonwealth.
Hope you guys had a good time with our last radio show. What they used to call it back then?
Talk radio?
Yeah, that's
like
right.
That?
Talk radio. Yeah.
Alright.
So we'll go with that.
Hang on, I still got to put up another plank. After that last mire lurk.
I know. I swear we put up enough tourists.
Well, the damnedest thing, it's not like we even that close to the river.
I know.
So I don't know why they're all flocking around here.
Well, you know, we have to be real careful because, you know, those big rocks.
Mm-hmm.
That's what. They just pop out like
that's
big
just weird.
rocks. So they just.
Like, you don't have enough of that with them damn mole rats. You know, that's strolling along.
I know.
Sitting there checking on the fields, and boom, some bitch comes up trying to bite your leg.
Yeah, I ran into a brood mother once. You know, when we were walking past that Red Rocket gas station?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally just walking by and didn't even think
popping all up out of the ground like a daisy.
This brood mother come right at me with those teeth. Oh, I was so glad I had my shotgun though. It was nice.
See, so I tell you, you keep it, you clean it, you maintain it, it's going to save your ass.
Well, it saved my ass that day, honey.
Mm-hmm.
So I thank you for that piece of advice.
Well, you know, damnedest thing, turns out Minutemen are doing more than protecting around here.
Okay.
They're doing mail call.
Seriously?
Yeah, apparently they got this gig where they hooked up with all the couriers, and that's all the way from that Washington, D.C., y'all are talking about, Vegas, even reason around like, my town, Modoc. You know how fucking remote them mountains is? You've got to spend, if you don't know the proper trail, at least 2 days going around that mountain.
Wow, I didn't realize we still, well, I guess like they say, mail through hail, sleet, snow, and nuclear fallout.
Yeah, I don't think that was ever part of the Postal Service, but, yeah, should have been.
Should have been, because we seem to be getting a few letters here.
Now, what you get?
Well, I actually got one from my friend Judy from New Vegas here. So
okay. She's like that stone's throw from that Prim place, right?
Well, she was, but she's
moving up now.
She moved up, so let me tell you what happened to her. So she sends it, she says, "Hey, Zeb and Lulu, I know you don't like being called Zeb, but she enjoys calling you that. I'm sorry." So she goes, "I hope this letter finds you well, or as well as expected." Well, yeah. Guess so.
We're alive.
So she says, "Here in New Vegas, it is just so dry. I had to get out of Prim, but luckily for me, I work at that Tops Casino, so running water and is pretty fine in there."
Huh.
She does say, though, she was pretty lucky to get this job. She says it's really hard to find credible work on this new strip they got out here. Seems there's some, she calls him an overlord, but I don't think that's what he is.
Overlord.
She's just, well, she gets into it. She goes, she applied for a job at the Tops and the Ultralux. And she was like, she wasn't about to shake her ass and all her goodies at Gomorrah. I guess that's a strip club out there. So, and she said that the Lucky 38, which I guess is one of the other ones on the strip, she said it's just kind of creepy. So,
one of them casinos?
Yeah, she said it's surrounded by something called those Mr. House. I think that's the Overlord or whatever she's talking about. These Securitron robots, she said they just run on one wheel. And they got television screens.
So they ain't doing that floating or on like 3 or 4 wheels? Like, you have that sometime.
Oh, not like these Sentry bots out here.
Oh,
no.
Lord above. That is just rough.
So she says, that one is always looking pretty dark. She says even when the strip is lit up, it's lit up, but don't look like nobody ever go in there.
Well,
so
that's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the point of having it? You know, to have folks coming in and spending their cash.
That's what she was saying. She's like, you know, this strip is just like how it was before the fallout there with gambling and whatnot. So she can't understand it. But she did say that when she went for an interview at the Ultralux, they were mostly wearing masks. So it kind of creeped her out.
Well, like their faces are all scarred or something?
All covered. She said she didn't even know whether they were scarred or not. She was greeted by some weirdo at the door that told her to relinquish all her weapons.
Yeah, well, you kick it from my cold dead fingers,
and
son.
she was like, excuse me, but do you know where we are? And he was like, well, we don't have that sort of thing here at the Ultra Lux.
Oh, we just too hoity-toity to have that.
Well, yeah, so
whatever.
She said that she sat down with, I guess, one of the caretakers. His name was Mortimer. And he she said he had on like a top hat and tuxedo. She said just real fancy in there. Like she
top
didn't even.
Hat and tails. Oh, yeah. That's different.
She was looking around. She said she couldn't even figure out how it was still fancy, considering everything else outside looked like, well,
No, maybe
rubble.
they just like maintain it and stuff.
So yeah.
Maybe guys got doing like mortar and what's that? That like plumbing lines.
Yeah. So she said he seemed nice enough, but he kept asking her about her eating habits. She couldn't figure out why.
What? She fat or something?
No, Judy's
You too fat to work here.
Well, Judy's pretty much, in shape last time I saw her, but...
Well, you walk more than 5 miles a day. You tell me how strong your leg's gonna be, right?
Exactly. But she said he just kept asking, like, does she like different kinds of meat? And what's her diet like?
Well, you mean like mole rat or mirelurk?
Well, out there, they do have, Brahmin like we do.
Yeah,
and they do have, sometimes they get those rad scorpions, but they get the giant.
Ew, who want to eat rad scorpion? I mean, how long gonna take you to pull all them chitness off of it before you can get to it?
We have some weirdos that like the rad scorpion meat. I'm just saying, honey.
I'm just saying, anything that toxic, I don't think you can cook evenly enough.
Well, yeah, I know, but basically saying she does enjoy her job at the top. She's one of the cashiers there now, so she's doing pretty well, but she did say, however, that she hopes that we come and we'll visit her soon. And I love this. She ends the note with "Stay rad free."
Well, yeah. I mean, crying out loud.
I love Judy, but she can be like that sometimes.
Oh, you think that's weird? You should have seen what I got from my cousin Cletus.
Well, please share. Please share.
You always fold these. All right. Dear Zebadiah and Lulubelle, it has been many moons since we last spoke. What the hell is it?
Your cousin.
There's a moon every month. It has been less than 4 months that I talked to him, so I guess that's what he means.
Yeah.
Modoc is finally throwing thanks to this here tribal calling himself the last vault dweller. Yeah, I don't know what that means either.
That's questionable. I mean, I know we had vaults, but I didn't
Maybe
realize
there's one nearby. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
Turns out Mayor Joe, or is it General Manager Joe? Oh, prayer shit. You know who I'm talking about.
Why he got so many jobs, though?
Ain't nobody, said otherwise. It's the weirdest thing. See, initially, he was just sheriff of the area and just, doing patrols around with that old pipe rifle of his.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody said, well, if you want to be in charge, why don't you be in charge?
So he just took him.
Yeah, and here's the thing. That old general store, it was on its last leg, and he got up enough scrap to just start putting it back together.
Mm-hmm.
He even found some old window panes that hadn't been broken or nothing.
Oh, well, didn't you look out?
Yeah, he just put them right in, like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, he told this guy covered in tribal tats and leather armor about Carl's farm. Oh, hell.
What, honey?
Well, Carl's farm, it's like northeast Modoc.
Okay.
The thing is, it's a ghost farm. Or at least that's what we thought when we was youngins.
Ghost farm?
Yeah, well, I went there on a dare. Cleus and I got talked into it, and I'm like, all right, I ain't going to be checking that, no problem.
Yeah, you and your dares there. Okay.
So we get to the farm. It's middle of the night, and all we see are these bodies. All these dead bodies hanging up on, crosses. You know, like that crazy stuff out in Vegas?
Mm-hmm.
And just their stomachs is hanging out. And the smell was horrible because the wind just caught it and boom, hit us right in the nose.
Right.
We ran like we was on fire. Anyway, he said, you were when we was kids and the others dared us to go there. You was blamed fool enough to go do it and told the whole town about all them crucified dead folk in the cornrows. So he asked this big old hulking guy to help out around town, and damned if he wasn't true to his word. Old man Farrell's garden got all them rats blown away, and then he explained something about crop rotation to Farrell. Apparently it's supposed to make the ground better.
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds good.
Old man Cleus finally got that watch he'd been blabbing and blurbing on about. Yep, the vault dweller apparently crawled in the old outhouse.
Oh.
Killed a mole rat the size of one of them car wrecks on the north end. And I guess he lit a match or something because it rained shit like a geyser.
Oh, my God.
Spraying the Brahmin pens all around the stables, damn near hit Rose's bread and breakfast. Lord above smelled like 6-week-old dead Brahmin rolling in their own poop.
Oh, God. I know what that smells like, especially out here.
All right, where just stuff just piling up.
Oh.
So get this, turns out the farm ain't haunted.
Okay.
Tribal guy came back, tell us a whole bunch of scarecrows stuffed with dead critters in it.
Oh.
Apparently there was these folks living underground, farming, and before Joe was going to enter into any like treaty or peace, he wanted to make absolutely certain because initially this was the guy before us. He was named Carl.
Okay.
And we ain't heard neither head nor hair of him.
Okay.
So he wanted to make sure that he was dead or alive, or we was all going to go in there guns blazing. Turns out Carl was in that shithole, the den, the whole time. Drunk as a mole rat and staggered around this hole-in-the-wall restaurant.
Of course.
Them folks living there call themselves the Slag, and they help them trade with us. And we got all the Brahmin and leather goods we ever need. They got better water and veggies. So, like Grandma Roddy used to say, even Steven. Well, gotta go. Still scraping the crap from them stables. Later, cuz Cletus.
Cletus gets into everything.
Oh, Lord. You know, if he, like, dropped a match around that, there's this thing called methane gas.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it gets built up in, like, all the buildings and whatnot. It was initially called natural gas.
Right.
It was supposed to heat your houses and stuff. But if your pipes are broke, that gas line hasn't been shut off, it's just going to fill everything up. So you so much as light a flare, light a stick match, they ain't going to find you. The explosion going to be so big, they might find you like in the next county.
So basically, like when we be using our missile launchers,
Yeah, no, like
pieces,
twice that.
So pieces, parts, just
everywhere.
Jesus, I wouldn't want to be him trying to clean that up.
Thing is, I'm trying to figure out how the hell you drop a match down there. Like, you don't carry a flashlight. You know, oh, Lord.
Well,
I mean, the smell alone would go, lighting a fire might be stupid.
But, you know, we not all real smart.
Well,
here
yeah,
now.
that's true.
And
I mean, them tribals don't got no education whatsoever.
Right. And, you know, the radiation didn't help most of us. You know that.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
oh, Lord above, I got another one of them stupid flyers from the Church of Adam.
You know they running that when we went past Salem, remember when we got to the Museum of Witchcraft up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a little property up there.
Oh, Lord, that's just what I need to hear again. Oh, hail to the Church of Adam, embrace the bomb, or some nonsense. You
know what's so funny, though? You know our cousin Buford down in Capitol Wasteland?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a church down there.
Oh, well, they just try to spread them around?
I think so.
It's like one of them fast food chains y'all saw.
Well, yeah, we used to have
Well,
that.
yeah, it's not like it.
No.
Mole rat on a stick. Now opening in Modoc. Now opening in Broken Hills. Just stop us from franchising.
Well, you know, it's kind of one of those things, but...
Actually, you know, I heard this horrible rumor. Yeah, that iguana on the stick place, that Bob's iguana.
Yeah.
I don't think that's iguana he's selling.
Seriously?
Yeah, no, I had a buddy of mine used to live in a den.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I go and visit. Well, I mean, you know, there was a brothel there. There was also some gambling, you know, some fun. There was some fun to be had, and I was young.
I can't get mad at you.
I was young and stupid.
So it's okay.
Anyway, he used to tell me this squat little dwarf guy would come in with these huge containers, big old cross on them. Mm-hmm. Looked like one of them old medical textbooks.
Right.
And would just bring them in, but it'd be like the dead of night. And next thing you know, Bob's just chopping them up and putting them on sticks, cooking them evenly, but he said it didn't smell right.
What do you think could have been?
He thinks it was people. Like they was just killing people random. You know, you always get them lone wanderers, just like, I got me a gun, I got some stim packs, I'm fine.
Right.
They ain't got no training with the damn thing.
So you think just random people ended up... Oh.
Yeah, I think they may have just been butchering people. Anyway, we just steered clear because, like I said, the meat did not smell right.
That sounds like something I heard from the Capital Wasteland. Buford told me, because he gets around, of course.
Well, yeah, he's doing all that trading now. Yeah. I mean, he's just doing scrap dealing, but that makes sense.
He said
who don't need scrap?
He passed through this weird town called Andale.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it was weird because, okay, you know how, like, out here, we can usually see, like, the city's kind of contained.
Yeah, you get that widespread view.
But you get, like, we get cabins so randomly. He said down in Capital Wasteland, you can go for miles before you see another town because of how bad it was.
Well, that's what they said. It was, like, one of the first places where the bomb dropped.
So, but he said he gets to Andale, and these houses are almost pristine.
Get out of here.
Some are planked up, because of
course. Yeah, it's not like you got glass to be able to put back in the windows.
But he said there's actual families here.
Huh.
So he said he passed through, he's doing his trading, and one of the men was just like, you're not a real man if you can't take care of your family.
Well, that's good.
Andale is the press city in the United States, and so Buford's thinking, but United States not no more.
We still here and all, but it's not that really united.
Right, so, Buford just...
you go unite with them raiders that we ran into a couple towns back.
Try and talk them about uniting anything.
Oh, Jesus. Lord.
Well, we had to clean them up afterwards.
Well,
But, so he says that he was like, so how are you guys surviving out here? He's like, we find ways to take care of our families, and man needs to take care of our families.
So just like pushing family.
So he couldn't understand. So he was like, well, little trading, do you need anything? I got some food, little this, little that. He was like, oh no, we got like the food and stuff taken care of. So he was like, really?
Well, they just have what Brahmin pens or something like that?
So here's the thing, Buford, he was like, well, so he sold him a few odds and ends.
Right.
And then he left town.
That's why you gotta call that business too, odds and ends.
He should, but him. So he left town, but he looked around, thought maybe he'd see a Brahmin pen here. Nothing.
Well, yeah, it's weird. I mean, what are you feeding them? Like one of them underground caves filling all full with like mushrooms and stuff.
But he did say behind a couple of houses were a few little bloody sheds.
Bloody sheds? What in the hell?
So he thinks, just like you're talking about, he thinks they've been chopping up people over there too.
Oh hell!
So,
that is just disturbing.
But he bucked it out of town. He was like, I'm not dealing with this, and he ain't been back since. So I don't know. So it's kind of weird.
We just keep running into weird people. I mean, I was talking to that general guy. One that's running around in power armor or some such.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be making this trip up to the castle. I don't even know. Like, supposed to be like some old fort.
Oh, I heard about that.
Well, they're looking for volunteers, and I said I'd help scout out, but I don't think I really want to get in like a firefight or nothing. And I said, unless they got a better gun for me.
Right.
My rifle's good, but, you got more than like 5 or 6 things to deal with. You kind of need something more full auto.
Well, yeah, that would make sense.
And I like being able to just perch up on a nice spot and take them down, but, that just kind of looked crazy like.
Yeah, I don't know. I heard rumors about that castle, though.
Well, maybe I was supposed to check it out in a little while.
Oh, honey, your Myler cake is ready. I think you're ready to go get it.
Well, I guess we should just call it there and grab some food.
I guess so. Well, thanks for listening, you guys. We'll talk to you later.
Y'all take care.